We have a first question, and it's not the first time we have this question, unfortunately. Because indeed, Alan, UK SMEs are not anymore considered as European SMEs, so they are not eligible in this case directly. Only European SMEs, what does not mean that, for example, you could not, for the, I don't know if you read, Alan, the and please partners, then you complete, you add what I'm going to say to what I'm going to say. If you read the guide for applicants, for innovation lump sum, you have the opportunity to go with a consortium, but only the European SME will be receiving, will be awarded, okay? Not an UK SME directly. Does one of the partners want to add something to this answer?
We have two hands up now. I don't know if it's it, Claudia.
I can see one from Stefan, yes, and Andre.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go first. Hello.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm Andre Šurina from Other Solutions. And one of the eligibility criteria is to provide services, products, and supplies, other technologies for the European agricultural food system. What does this actually mean? For example, we are an engineering service company. We provide services in general to different industries. But we did have projects, and we are currently running a project that is connected with vertical farms or indoor gardening. So what is actually a pass for this criteria?
Does one of the partners want to answer? For me, from the moment you are an European SME, you have the three criteria, you have experience, then it will depend on which lump sum you would like to apply for. Andre, what you're looking for, if it's for diagnosis or mission or innovation. Innovation. So if you are directly, as Thomas said, if you are directly or indirectly linked to an European type of urban agriculture type, we target. We are not, we don't exclude other types. We mentioned 24, but we agreed that the urban agriculture has different definitions and points, activities in Europe. The most important is that you contribute to boost this urban agriculture in Europe for SMEs in Europe, and which is interesting as well for the outermost countries, regions. What was your doubts, Andre? What was, because it's about the experience, is about the...
So basically, right now, we don't have such customers. We are part of a startup company where we are developing machine learning, artificial intelligence for digital twins that will be used in vertical farms. But we don't have customers that we can show that these are European urban agricultural companies.
Okay. So it wouldn't be, for example, please, Elizabeth, Thomas, you can add. I don't see any problem for the lump sums. Okay. I see it for the price. For example, as the price has to be a product or service that has already shown a success in an activity, but I don't see any problem for lump sum.
No, me neither, because actually, I mean, they are providing services for the sector, so.
Yes, and if I may just add, the thing is that you will have to explain this linkage in the application form. So that's how we would know that, you know, even if there is no specific experience already with, as you mentioned, the clients or the partners, but to show this potential to bring the solutions to urban agriculture, be it vertical farms or other types that was shown in the slides.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Stefan?
Yes, good afternoon. Thank you for the informative introduction. I am relatively new to the SUAVE program. It seems very interesting. With regards to the mechanics of the application process, I was wondering if there would be scope for a pre-application discussion as to the eligibility of a particular piece of technology that we have to the program. Is that something that can be facilitated? Is there assistance on that journey? Or is it a submit blind, if you'll forgive the turn of phrase?
Josh?
I think that we can handle it in the, we can handle this, but we don't devote a session, but we can devote a session for Q&A, and then in the Q&A it might be answered.
Understood. And who would be the contact person for that?
We will be the contact person, yeah.
Thank you.
But so we can judge. So the consortium can judge whether it might be in the scope. But of course, well, so it's if you have an idea and you write it down in 2-3 sentences, that should be enough for us to evaluate. We don't need a 2-page description, of course, to evaluate, and we cannot do that beforehand. But in the Q&A, yes.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Anyone more here would like to ask a question? Because we have 2 questions from the chat. Can we go with them? So we are talking now about the innovation lump sum. Ferme du Parc Maximien wants to know what type of expenses are eligible. Equipment, personal costs, transport, investments, reminding that the innovation lump sum is on section 4 of the guide of applicant with information criteria. Josh, you want to comment?
Yeah. Actually, this is a lump sum, so this
Exactly.
is very. So it's different from let's say European cost. So you don't have to account for wages and let's say assets. It's a lump sum. So we don't, to be honest, we don't care how much time you will spend on that one and who will work on the project.
Exactly. The good thing about the lump sum is that we don't need you to show us how you spent it, but the goal, you reach it. It's important for us to see the impact of your activity, but not how you spent the money, of course. So you have deliverables, okay? And just because, yes, we did not add it, but for each lump sum, we have a payment scheme defined. So for innovation, for example, we have 60% pre-financing and 40% after the approval of the deliverable, okay? And the deliverable is a proof of the impact on the innovative solution in terms of environmental and economic sustainability, proving elements of progression. And there we have the CRL and TRL condition, and we will ask you a continuity business plan, okay, to show us a continuity business plan. But you don't need to send us all your expenses. Les notes de frais, on n'a pas besoin.
We have a question: are the EU candidate countries from the Western Balkans eligible to apply? Yes. If they are part of this group, I think that all of the Western Balkan countries are eligible.
I was checking.
Yeah, please do. Definitely, I know that, yes, Serbia, yes, Macedonia, Northern Macedonia, yes. But for example, I don't know about Kosovo. If Claudia is checking now.
I am checking, yes. I don't. I will check. Do you have meanwhile you can ask other questions until we have the list in the guide of applicants. You have the link. If you check it online, it goes directly to the eligible countries, which I am opening.
Even Turkey is eligible actually, but the UK is not. It sounds strange, or might be strange, but that's it.
I know. Any other question until we? I'm not trading, okay? If you are associated to the COSME, let me tell you. So yes, Iceland, Norway, Liechtenstein, as we said, Ukraine, which one? Albania, Bosnia, and Herzegovina, Kosovo. You had a doubt, Josh? Was this one? No.
I had a doubt. I was not sure. Yeah.
But yes, it is. Montenegro, North Macedonia, Serbia. Okay. The countries who confirmed interest to join SMP program. Turkey as well. Yes, Ukraine, Armenia, Georgia, Moldova, and our uttermost regions, as I was mentioning, okay, from Europe. They are not geographically here in Europe, but that belong to Europe.
Yeah, I have a question here.
For you.
I have a question here for me, but it's the consortium to respond. So I would like to ask Zsolt if Hungarian primary producers can apply, or it's a special Hungarian type of entrepreneurship, let's say, in the agriculture. So really, these are not private persons, but yeah, primary producers, yes. But this is not an SME, a primary producer.
Yes, it's really important that you stick to these three criteria that we have, that you should be, and in the guide for applicants,
yes,
you have a self-assessment. So check with this self-assessment if you are according to the European definition and SME. Yes. Okay. Only this way you will be able to check the second criteria if you are directly or indirectly linked, and then the territorial scope and the activities, of course. See, but it's very important to have this in mind to be an European SME according to the definition, official definition. Right, so maybe primary producer, I don't know, Josh, is your reality, but maybe they could be considered, I don't know, as an SME, according to.
Yeah, I think it might be, because it is, I don't know the case in Hungary, but in Poland, we have primary producers who are SMEs. So it depends, I think it's on a specific case. From the person who asked the question, if they are or not SME.
Thank you, Thomas.
You have in the annex we had the financial identification. You can find the SME declaration form in the guide for applicant as well. You also have definitions, the glossary there. For those who have doubts about what is a cascade funding, you can ask them here. Of course, we are here for that. But the regions, our national focal points, you could see that for these first calls, we have missions in Europe, B2B fairs conference, as George was saying, we were at the FWOT conference last week, right? Thursday and Friday. It's also interesting for you SMEs to increase your network, to increase your knowledge, to share your knowledge. So don't hesitate to apply for this lump sum for missions in Europe. Any other hands raised? Did everyone here have access to the guide for applicant before you joined us? Thank you, Thomas. Let's do something. For those who now we are not presenting anymore. For those who want, you can open your cameras so that we can see. Should you want to introduce yourselves and say the country, say the country you are watching or assisting from. Yes, we can share it, Stefan. We re-invite you again to follow our LinkedIn. You have all information in our LinkedIn, SUAVE, Urban Agriculture. Go there now and click on following so that you be aware of all information. I see French names, but I don't necessarily know them. And others that I don't know. We received a few questions that maybe we can share with them. Juste, George, Steph, sorry, Elizabeth and Thomas, so that you have an idea about the kind of doubts those who read the guide for applicants send us. I'm opening the document at the same time I'm talking to you. We had one that was more or less the same question as the producers.
We have another question, Claudia, in the chat.
Go ahead, Elizabeth. Yes, I just read it. Go.
Yeah, is it mandatory to be a pre-registered company, or can it also be a business idea? The answer is yes. Is it mandatory to be a pre-registered company, as it is one of the requirements? Yeah.
Nevertheless, Gladder, you can join, you can go with a consortium for the innovation lump sum with an SME. You can have your idea and you can find an SME which is eligible to apply, and this way, right? Or am I wrong? We could do it, we could accept it, right?
Yeah, but then the SME will be the beneficiary.
Is the SME the beneficiary?
Yeah.
Exactly. Just to, maybe we did not, Alan,
I was going to ask, because obviously from the discussion, the UK are not eligible. We're developing a blockchain platform that would help to kind of match up local food supply with local food demand. Is there a kind of a matchmaking way in which we could potentially find partners to kind of work with who would do the project and replicate things that we'd be doing in Scotland, in their regions of mainland Europe for us?
You mean if we as partners of the project could assist you finding a partner to apply for the funding, or just a
Yeah, that kind of like a matchmaking platform or some way in which we could kind of potentially find, because we are doing similar things in Scotland, in the UK, but obviously we're discussing it's been hard to find too many opportunities to do them in Europe because of the uncertainty of what's happening with Brexit. So yeah, it's really just to kind of see if we can kind of find sort of potential collaboration, as I said, to essentially mirror some of the activities we want to do in the UK, but also see where there's maybe different requirements.
Okay, for me, the fact that you are here, and I will leave my partners add their comments later after me, it's good. It's good that you are here. Is the first step, because you have other SMEs interested or potential partners here that you can. So don't hesitate as well to share your contacts here in the chat. Okay, Alan, it could be a contact. Follow SUAVE, comment on SUAVE, you can be visible this way as well. What we are looking for in this project, and you might understand, we are not entering in political or something like this, but is a cascade funding, is an European funding, that has the goal to help European SMEs for European solutions. See what I mean? So we are always in the European solution, so this is the goal of this project. So you should, your solution and your partnership should have this goal, meet the same goal as these European projects. You apply it to the European, to boost European agriculture, urban agriculture. This is the goal of the project, right? Yes. Whether in Europe, continent, or south, the outermost regions. See?
Got it, yes. Thank you.
And you have the contact of Alan here. Don't hesitate to contact him. Can be interesting.
Thank you very much, Claudia.
For the TRL scale, I see that everyone is familiar with it, at least those who are here. We received questions about it. No questions for the evaluation process? Is it clear? Apparently, yes. Yes, we had a question. I think it's interesting sharing it with you. We had a question regarding the facts, the possibility that two companies jointly apply for, and Joshua, I would like you to also add your comments on that. Jointly apply on 40,000 euro to create a fully digitalized container farm. Well, the fact is, they wanted to know if it was possible to put a joint application for 2 times 20,000 euros.
No, I mean, it's not possible for this joint application. But of course, one of the companies So if it's a, let's say, a complementary, I think that you cannot do that, but it might go parallel somehow. Yes, why not? But jointly saying that we are going together with this and this SME, and we would like to get for two funds for 40,000 is not allowed.
It's true. We have a maximum amount. Of course, it should not exceed 60,000 euros, and each SME can apply to one or several types. This is okay. Is expected here. Is written according of support, right? Of different types of support in accordance to its goal, capacity, and needs to develop and contribute to European urban agriculture, but can only be granted with the maximum financial contribution cumulatively. So we cannot have for the same two companies dividing it for the same. Any other hands raised? Ferme du parc, pas de questions?
Non, merci, c'est clair.
Super. Tant mieux. My partners, our partners, SUAVE from SUAVE, do you want to say something to our, we have 15 minutes. Do you want to share with us a few questions maybe you received or any other comments from our activities, future activities, something you want to share? Josh?
Okay.
You want to share? Let's say each partner has its final words for our audience.
Yeah, actually, my
any other question?
Yeah, actually, my final words is that it's good to say that there are so many people from the international field. So I see some Hungarians. From the names, I can see that there are from different countries: Greece, Italy, France, maybe Romania. So I encourage you to submit the proposal in this first round. As Claudia told you, the second one will be a little bit different.
Ah, pardon, la ferme, c'est vrai, Belgique.
And if you have any questions, you can find our emails, and we will respond to the specific questions. Of course, it's a public.
Yes, and if I may just add that, of course, the innovation lump sum is the biggest one, but there are other lump sums that you could also make use of, and maybe just fund the activities that you do anyways. Let's say, doing matchmakings or meeting the partners or participating in some sort of networking event or exhibition. So really make use of this opportunity. And of course, it requires you to, provide a bit of another description, but to really, just get the funding for the activities you do anyways.
Thank you, Yus, it's true. And if I'm not mistaken, those who apply here will be able to apply to the second if they don't exceed until they reach the 6,000 euro. So it's good. You start. Georgia, is it an eligible country? I think so. Did I mention Georgia when I read the?
Yes, you did. Yes.
I did. So yes, it's eligible. Victoria. So you can apply here. You can apply for as well for now and next year. So it's interesting. We made it quite simple. We did not want to complicate the applications, really, so that the evaluators as well, we have criteria, but to make it easier for you to apply for this first SUAVE calls. So go ahead, apply, share as much as you can. Reminding you that you can apply for innovation until you reach the 6,000, you can apply, right? Elizabeth?
Yeah, I actually don't have anything else to add. Just as Joel said, encourage all SMEs to apply. And as Juste just said, remember that you can apply to all different type of service support till you reach this 60,000 euro amount. So let's go for it.
Yes. Time flies, so let's go for it. You are right, Elizabeth. Really, it's until May 30th. So really, time flies. Tomasz, UNIMOS?
Actually, maybe that we don't have too many questions. Maybe it's because we presented very in a good way and it was easy to understand. I would like also remind you, Claudia mentioned a couple of times that we are recording. So if you follow us on social media, you will have access to this recording, to the questions. So maybe later you will have another question. So you can contact us and we will try to answer, to help you to take part in our call.
And we have one last question from Andre, asking us, how is the 60,000 euro reachable? Not only with multiple projects, right? If we consider that we have the travel lump sum, you can apply for a diagnosis. The innovation, can we consider we can apply for this 3 at this time? George, you stay, maybe not the 3 now, but if I think about the travel.
Yeah, it's with multiple project. If a project means also travel or diagnosis lump sum, if it considered projects, of course, just by multiple projects, yes.
Yeah, so it's important just to say that right now we are introducing the 3 different lump sums. So if you participate in all of them, it's more than, just innovation lump sum, which is the biggest in the cost. But we will also have during the second call, we will also have the other types of lump sums, so like trainings, internationalization, and so on. So with this, of course, the amounts that you can receive or your organization can receive could get close to 60K.
Exactly. It's a strategy you need to check, Andrew. What is more important for you? Have diagnosis. You could apply for diagnosis and travel, for example, for matchmakings. We were talking about with Ellen about matchmaking events with the travel lump sum goal. Should you think that it's a time, it's a moment that you need this, then apply for it. For this diagnosis, you don't know how is your digital and green technology going? Apply for it, and as well as apply for mission. See? Was it clear, Andre?
Yes, so if my understanding is correct, then in the first round we cannot reach the 60K, but in multiple rounds, the 60K limit is still applying.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you.
Can I ask
reminding you that we have the payment scheme for each lump sum, except the prices. We fixed payment scheme according to deliverables. So yes, 60%, right, and 40% after the deliverable. Is it correct? We don't have it in mind. Yes, 60% and 40%, except for the price.
And except for travels also. For
And travels
will
as well.
be paid after the trip is done. Yeah.
Thank you, Elizabeth. You're right.
Can I ask, given the earlier conversation about eligibility, can the innovation lump sum include an element of contract work to another company, or is it purely all for the SME that applies?
Yeah, actually, in the lump sum, you have to have a partner with you for this 20,000 euro, but you will receive the money. I mean, the SME, one SME will receive the money, and whether it will give some of the money to another company or another university, whatever, it's not our
Yes.
really.
Good, thank you.
Yeah. So you can use it, of course, for contracting if you want.
That's good. Thanks very much.
Yes, what is important, Alan, for us in this project and with the lump sum is that, as I mentioned, the impact, what you're going to do, that you're really using it to boost for the goal of the project, then how you use it, if you will be subcontracting or not, we are not asking it to you, you know, for SMEs, to SMEs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
I hope you all went to LinkedIn and clicked on following SUAVE. I hope so. I will check the numbers after the webinar. No, thank you all for being here. Nora, where are you, Nora? Our communication leader. Thank you very, very much for your job, for everything. The design, it's, of course, we are 5 partners and working very well together. At least I'm very happy working with them, a very good team. We are working very hard on these projects. We believe, which is important, we believe in this project all together. So we hope you all SMEs believe as much as we do, and will bring us a lot of innovation, a lot of prices, goods, technologies applied already for these first calls. Should you have any doubts, please check again our focal points list. We are in LinkedIn. Send messages, comments. We are here for you until May 30. So don't forget, 1 month. Only 30 days left. Okay. Thank you all. Congratulations to all our partners.
Thank you very much, Claudia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank
you.
Bye.
Have a nice
Thank you.
afternoon.
Nora is
Bye-bye.
open for you.
Au revoir.
Au
Au
revoir.
revoir, George.
Sziasztok!
Thank you.
Viszontlátásra!